Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Account for every single expenditure. Now, even though I said every single expenditure, I know that's tough. But at least make the goal to do so. Because sometimes, you might be in a grocery store, you walk by the donut display or something like that. You gotta get that donut. You weren't gonna spend it, but it's calling to you. It's like, come eat me. Come on, you want this. Come on, I'm looking good to you. Yeah, it's calling to you, but you might not account for it. And I'm gonna tell you what, that's one of the ways. I talked about vacation debt and like unexpected debt in my last episode. Yeah, that's one of those things that sneak up on you too. So, and that's tough. But I would say this: make a goal of every single expenditure, and out of that goal, at the very least, all of your bills. And I've talked about budgeting before. Like say, okay, is this accounted for? This accounted for? This accounted for? Start with that. Like everything, all your credit cards, all your main bills. And you should be doing that anyway. But then try to start thinking about your extras. Like one thing I account for, like, my sons. Yeah, they got me in red shoes out here just on a stroll. And afterwards they be calling me. They give me that stroll, that hoe call and everything, right? So I'll be making my money for them. I actually account for that. When they staying over here, because, I'm enjoying custody with their mother. When they staying over here, I account for, okay, they get a certain amount of money to spend, and then I got to spend money for this. The food usually costs about this much. I actually budget for it. And one thing when I budget a little bit extra, but I say it's usually going to come to this much amount of money. So I said, okay, when they over, this how much I got to spend. When I got to take them here, there, wherever, this is how much money I'm going to spend. So that's already accounted for when I'm setting up my budget. So I said, okay, certain amount of money here, boom. Credit card bills, of course, and then, house bills, utilities, all of that stuff. The 1,001 streaming services that I have. No, trust me, and it's mainly because they use every single one. Every single one. But it's accounted for. See, I do that before the start. I do that like, I say, usually the last week of every month. I see what I've spent, and then I'm saying, okay, I probably spend this and this. And then that way I can kind of budget which of my income streams I'm going to pay for something from. Because then I start figuring out, I'm already looking, okay, I should make this much. I'll have a goal of how much and then how much I should make. But at the very least, I'm starting out, okay, I need this much for expenditure. I need this much for food. I need this much for them. Because I need this much to repair the red bottom shoes I got to be on the stroll with. I'm doing all of that stuff, right? Doing all of that stuff. Then I have an idea. Now, see, somebody might say, oh, no, that's crazy. But I'm going to tell you what, when you do that, you'll find you'll actually have extra money. Because a lot of people get caught up because they just spend willy-nilly. Indeed, that's why you have many people, they getting cutoff notices. They ain't thinking about where the money is. And, once you discipline with your money, you got control over it. You managing the money. Then you can start taking extra money and putting it away or spending it on something. You can start using the money in a way. See, here's the thing with money. By accounting for every single expenditure, by managing it, by having a budget, you're controlling that very powerful tool. A lot of people don't control it. See, a lot of people, they getting called, like I joked about the donut. Let's just be real. Some people call about some other stuff. They know they don't have to eat at that fancy seafood restaurant. They were just driving by. It's like, hey, let me get that food. Or how much is little things that people buy? Like you go in grocery stores, you got the candy and little small things right in the checkout aisle. And they know because they figured it out. People, they studied that. People are going to buy that stuff. People are going to buy it. But then that's how you get caught up. Then all of a sudden you look up, you don't have any money left. That's how a lot of people, especially a lot of poor people, unfortunately, like if they're on some type of state assistance, they spending all this money at the beginning of the month, but they don't have any at the end. And I still maintain you can go from minimum wage to 6 figures, or at least to a comfortable living, starting at minimum wage. But it's all in how you spend your money. It's all in how you spend your money. One of the things is accounting for every single expenditure. Accounting for, looking at what you need for this and that. Even when you're done with your credit cards. Sometimes I would say that, last episode I talked about, you don't really pay that much with a lot of these credit cards. But that's how they get you. But you just say you're going to pay it. So say your minimum is 50. You say, I'm going to give them 300 every month no matter what. Unless I just don't owe that much. So it's like, boom. And see, and that's another thing too. When you're talking about something like credit cards or something like that, always give extra. Always give extra. Account for it no matter what. As long if no matter what they ask for, give them extra and account for it. Like when you account for all of your money, when you account for it, then you don't spend it. You're already putting it away. And then you look up, you end up having extra money, which you can put into your savings, which not only you have your savings, but then you can put it into your emergency fund. Not only you have that, but you also have money to possibly invest in an income producing asset. Or if you need money to get some products or something to start a business. Or if you want to get certified or some type of education in order to learn the skills you need in order to get another job. Y'all see how that work? You see how they work? It might seem like a little small thing to account for every single expenditure, but all of a sudden you look up, you got more money. I want y'all to think about that. Then you can build up. Y'all can build up, all right? So just start doing it. And like I said, it's tough for every single expenditure, but at least make the attempt. At least make a sincere attempt. I would say this. Go at a minimum, be able to account for 95% of your expenditures. I'm saying that at a minimum. Every now and then, that donut is just going to call you. Or those buffalo wings. Yeah, that's on me, yo. That's on me. Even those buffalo wings or whatever. Something going to call you and you might not think about it much. Okay. But you still want to have a minimum 95 and you do want to get to 100%. Work towards it, okay? Get up there with it. So anyway, that's all I have for today. I'll get back with y'all on Sunday. Y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money.